You haven't?
Sponsored by the Mike Morris Law Firm. 855 Mike Wins. Jason Carr Live starts now.
Well, good morning, everybody.
Hello.
2 different faces for you right now. I'm not broadcasting me.
And I'm Rhonda Walker. Jason Carr is off again today, but I think we're getting to the stage where we need to just go and find him and bring him on back to work.
It might be a little bit easier said than done.
Exactly. Definitely was a gorgeous weekend around here. Lots
What'd
of
you
folks
do?
got up and out.
Outside.
Went for a nice walk on Sunday. I spent a little time outside my backyard on Saturday, which was cool.
Yeah.
I was tempted to take because I put all the lawn furniture inside the house,
right?
My basement. I was like, is it time to bring it out?
Well, maybe.
No.
I would have.
I refrained.
At least
I just put out
temporarily.
one chair and then brought it back
Just so you can get ready for what's to come.
Just in case Michigan winter tries to come back again, but it looks like we're in the
Listen.
clear for a little while anyway.
Yeah, I got a chance to go out to a park. I took my son out to ride his bike, make sure that he
Nice.
knows
Right, 'cause he just learned how
He just
last
learned
year.
how last year, exactly. And he was a little apprehensive, a little scared this time around, but he got it.
Nice.
You know, and then I went for a run around the park a couple miles. It was fun.
Yeah,
You
it
know?
was,
And I
so-
fully embraced the shorts and the t-shirt too, because I'm like, you know what? There's not many days like this where you could do it in
Well,
February.
in contrast, which is so weird, Rhonda Walker Foundation, we get together with our inner city teen girls
Yeah.
every month, and we had it all planned in the books. You know, this third week in February, we were going to go skiing up
Right.
at Pine Knob, and then the forecast got so warm, I got a little worried. Like, is there still snow up there? But 60-degree weather out there on the ski slopes, plenty of snow, but it's like one of those days when you could, you know, here in a Michigan winter, get a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of a unique contrast between people riding in convertibles and then also skiing on the same day.
So you chose to go up in the cold weather on a warm day.
Well, you figured in February there wasn't going to be 60-degree weather anywhere in the metro area. So anyway,
Definitely.
you got to still enjoy the if you love the winter weather, but if you're looking forward to spring, summer, you got a little of that too. So there was a big announcement over the weekend.
Yeah, let's get into some of the things that everybody's talking about. The son of former Detroit Mayor Coleman Young actually announced on Sunday that he plans to run for mayor.
Yeah,
following
he's
his
only
father's footsteps.
only the second person to officially announce that they are running for mayor. But yeah, Coleman Young Jr. He currently serves as a state senator, also served 2 terms in the Michigan House of Representatives, but he says he wants to follow in his father's footsteps, and he also says that you may see aspects of him, if elected, that will remind you of his father as well, but certainly major footprints to fill. Coleman Young is one of those people in our history, being the first African-American mayor, but one that people look to say inspired them, that was major just in African-Americans having opportunity in the city of Detroit over the years. So big shoes to fill. Not only that, but unseating Mayor Duggan won't be any easy feat either.
That's very true. Of course, Mayor Duggan announced that he is running for re-election just 2 weeks ago. But has this ever happened before where the son of a former mayor actually decides to run for the same position?
Not that I know of. Not that I know of. And
Kind of looking at
certainly-
Dennis Archer and seeing what he might do next. Dennis Archer Jr. that is.
Yeah, very proud, very good
Entrepreneur.
entrepreneur in our city, and certainly very pivotal. But I've never heard him mention anything about politics or running for
He
office. So.
recently told me that he would consider, but
Really?
not now. Not
Ooh.
now. Maybe, years to come. But it's definitely something that he's not checking off of the list or crossing off of the list anytime soon.
Very
So.
interesting.
Did you hear what happened in Wisconsin?
Okay, so one of the things that we've been talking about this winter is that it's been a mild winter.
Right.
So when it comes to our lakes and our rivers, folks that enjoy doing things like ice fishing or going out on the ice, it's highly been recommended that you avoid doing so.
Yeah.
And that's on foot.
Yes. So here comes this guy, and let me just set it up by telling you what kind of car this guy drives. He
Yes.
drives a Cadillac Escalade truck.
Big,
It's really
big truck.
nice. It's white. And do we have the video to show everybody
Yeah,
what
yeah,
happened, guys? Take a look. That's his truck right there, and what's called an ice shanty up, and there you have it.
So, ice shanty is out on the ice. You put it out there at some point during the winter. You go ice fishing in it, and you have to bring it on and off the ice. Typically, you do it with a car. That's not unusual, but usually the ice is thick enough to hold both the car and the shanty. And in this case, it didn't hold.
And look at it sinking. Like, I feel like I'm watching the Titanic go down.
And this is in Lake Michigan. It was over the weekend. It was up in Wisconsin, but still, we have not seen winters cold enough to have ice thick enough, maybe to hold people walking, but a very heavy
Cadillac
SUV.
Escalade truck.
Here's the good news in all this, and we do want to point this out, and it's very much a miracle. This driver who went down underwater for a time in that vehicle was actually able to get out of the water safely. So definitely thankful for that, but sorry about that Cadillac Escalade.
What type of vehicle would you try this with?
I wouldn't. And here's the thing. I have seen it, and it scares the mess out of me. I have a lake in my backyard that does freeze over. I'm told that it's fine to walk on, and I have tiptoed on it a little bit. Are you serious? And this is when we've been like below zero for weeks.
Okay.
But I find it terrifying, and I can swim and all that, but the thought of going underneath ice and potentially, being able to see up but not be able to break through it is just one of those things that really, really scares me. So I would never go out on a car on ice.
Okay, so we want you to go to the Local 4 Facebook page you're watching right now and comment. Would you try this? What type of vehicle would you try this with? Obviously, I would hope nobody says, I'd take my Cadillac Escalade truck out
and have
there
you been
try
even
this.
ice fishing this season? Because it just, around the metro area, we have lots of lakes, a lot of people do it, but it just hasn't seemed to be cold enough to really allow you to do that favorite pastime. So listen, I got to do a live update on Local 4 News, but I'm going to come back.
And we'll continue
if you're still talking about this with our Facebook friends or wherever you are, I'll just
we want to show the video again.
Okay.
Because some of you are commenting about this. Patty says maybe a Yugo would have worked, but an Escalade, a big question mark there. Angie Dabbs says not going to happen. Jackie Fields Bryant, you're saying this driver is a fool. Can you believe this? I mean, I'm looking at it and I just feel so bad because you know that this person, whether they're very rich or whether they're living paycheck to paycheck, these cars don't come cheap, right?
No, this is probably a $60,000, $70,000 car.
Yeah, I would say 60, 70, maybe even 80 if you got the 2017 version all souped up with the sunroof and everything. And then just to watch it all go down. Does insurance cover anything like this?
I couldn't imagine it would. You're putting that vehicle in the position where this can happen. Now, do they get it out at some point? Like come summer, are they going to have to get a...
I don't know.
Or do they just leave it there and it's a wreck that's at the bottom of this lake?
And then can you imagine like somebody that decides that they want to go swimming or go down underneath
and get down there
and see, 20, 30 years later, this Cadillac Escalade that's in there. Somebody on Facebook says, Tony Hill says maybe a go-kart.
Yeah.
That would probably be about the only four-wheel vehicle that I would actually consider doing this with.
I mean, you'd need something that has a tow and you can be able to pull, but that's a pretty nice car to be doing it with.
Yeah, I can only imagine how upset he is with himself right now. So, oh well. And there's a Cadillac Escalade that is for sale right now. It's got some minor water damage, I guess you could say, right, guys?
Yeah.
Let's talk about Make Somalia Great Again. Have you guys heard about this?
Yeah, this is pretty funny. This was tweeted out on Friday.
Right.
U.S. Mission Somalia. That's the U.S. ambassador to Somalia, and he presented the new president of Somalia with a Make Somalia Great Again hat.
Yeah, this is Stephen Schwartz, who was appointed by Obama last July. He was pictured handing over that white and blue cap to the newly elected Somalia president, Mohamed Abdullahi. And the U.S. Mission Somalia Twitter handle tweeted out this photo. We should let you know Somalia is one of the 7 countries named in President Trump's executive order travel ban. What do you think?
I don't know.
What do you make of this?
I can't tell it. Like I can't believe that it would be a sarcastic thing.
Right.
So it seems genuine, and from what I read, the president was actually kind of happy to receive this hat. It was a nice gesture, apparently. The colors tone is a little different. I don't know what the flag colors of Somalia are.
I think that might be the flag right there to the right. So it seems to have it's the baby blue and white color. Yeah.
So that's kind of nice, I guess. I wonder what other hats they're going to be giving out.
Is Steve Schwartz? Is he giving the side eye there in that picture?
Yeah, it looks like he's looking at a different camera, probably.
You're just supposed to say yes. That is the side eye. Let's move on to this drinking straw camera. You're really excited about this, John. There's this camera lens made from 32,000 drinking straws. I don't even know what this would look like, but here you go. A camera lens.
Yeah.
Very interesting. It takes some pretty interesting fragmented photographs as well. It's similar to a pinhole camera. You guys have probably heard about those. You use those to see the solar eclipse and whatnot. But instead of a single point perspective, it produces a multi-point perspective from an array. So are those pixelated things, are those the individual straws that you're looking through?
Yeah, because they just put one piece of photo paper behind that lens, and then the light comes through each one of those single holes,
That's kind of cool.
It's very strange. It's pixelated. It looks like an old television type of image.
Yeah.
But the
like when you get real close up to the TV, like you're not supposed to, the tube TV.
Yeah, that's what it actually looks like.
So who has 32,000 drinking straws laying around that they decided let's rubber band all these together and put some photo paper behind it and take a picture?
I mean, that whole box has to be light sensitive.
Yeah.
And you'd have to load the paper in there in a dark room and bring it out.
But it's still kind of cool. Where did you find something like this?
This I found on Boing Boing. It's one of the.
Excuse me?
Yeah, there's a website called Boing Boing.
What?
Just goofy stuff like this that I usually
Is that
find.
something that we can say on TV?
I think so.
Oh, we're on the internet, so that's good.
What amazes me though is like in this desire to have high res and better quality and all these different things that we've now like trying to take back to the more primitive times when everything was pixelated and the picture wasn't that clear.
My cousin Michelle is a photographer, and she absolutely despises when people post pictures on Instagram and use a filter. She's like, we have worked so hard for all the technology to get you these crystal clear photos with, faded, backgrounds that are kind of, like the portrait that you can do on your iPhone. And she's like, now people want to throw these antique filters on it and everything.
So this is even like her work. Like she's seen her beautiful photography work then filtered. After she spent all that time editing and making sure the lighting's right and all the different things just to take the picture.
Unreal. Okay, so this is kind of a funny one, and I have not seen this yet, so let's take a look. It's a raccoon that was spotted hitching a ride in Virginia, clinging to the back of a garbage truck. How do we find this? Get out of here.
Wow.
What in the world?
That's hysterical.
It looks like a bandit, doesn't
it? Can you believe that?
And it's one of those situations you think, like, if he just clings on and makes it to the end of that route, he's going to be set for life.
Oh my goodness, like, he will never have to dig through a dumpster again.
I think he's like terrified. Like, what have I done?
Either that, or he knows that this is taking him to the kitchen. This is the raccoon's kitchen, or the pantry.
Oh, so apparently the person that snapped the photo was finally able to get the driver of the dump truck, the garbage truck's attention, so that they could let the stowaway jump off.
So what do? Do you just stop it and let the raccoon run away, or do you swat at it with a broom, or? I'm staying far away.
I was gonna say I'd keep going, but I wouldn't want to see it fall off and another car get it.
Right, that's what I was going to say. That
so
raccoon.
I would say I'd like to stop. I'm scared of raccoons. They're kind of creepy.
They are. I think the only thing worse than a raccoon is a possum. Have you ever seen one of those like in real life?
Yeah, I have. Like right in the middle of the road in front of me on my way to work at night, and it's you're like, move.
Right, and especially when they freeze, you're like, okay, who's going to move first?
Exactly.
But that raccoon was holding on to that ladder like, I'm not letting go. I saw what happened to my cousin on this street.
Exactly. Like, I'm just going to wedge myself in here and pray.
Oh, boy, oh, boy.
It doesn't stop suddenly.
Yeah. Do you know who Daniel Radcliffe is?
I do.
So there's something weird and funny. We'll let you be the judge of what's going on with him. He's known for, obviously, his role in Harry Potter. This is the real Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah.
However, he
that
was a
familiar
guest.
face.
Yeah, he was a guest on the Graham Norton show last week, a show that I'm not familiar with, but maybe you are. However, Graham Norton pointed out that Daniel Radcliffe has a lot of what you would call a doppelganger, which is just a fancy name for somebody who looks like you that's not related.
So little did Radcliffe know, and you're probably starting to see the series of similarities here, but all of the doppelgangers are all older women from like back in the early 1900s.
Oh my goodness.
So on this show, which I think is maybe out in the UK, but he played along with it, saying that these are all my past lives. I was like a slightly depressed lady. But those glasses, those look like his face. I thought these were photoshopped
That's
at
what
first.
I thought too.
They're not. They just combed through tons and tons and tons of pictures.
So I guess
I think
with the glasses.
Is that true, guys?
Yeah,
Is it photoshopped?
no, these are all real photos.
Yeah. Because it looks like they could have been photoshopped.
If we can show the original Daniel Radcliffe video, like, okay, if you take a close look and maybe you put a little rouge on the cheeks and then you see he's got the bang in the front, maybe if you had a little bit extra in the back.
You could see
You could maybe mistake him for a woman.
Maybe.
It's the glasses and the nose, really.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Daniel, if you're watching.
He was a good sport about it because I watched his reaction and he just cracked up like, wow, that really does look like me. What can you say?
Has anybody ever told you look like anybody?
There was an actress. She played like a school principal back in, I want to say the 90s.
Oh,
I can't remember her
Wendy
name.
Raquel Welch.
Yeah, I think so. Yes,
For everybody who might be familiar with The Game, that's the show that she was on more recently.
She played like the mother in The Game.
She played Malik's mother on The Game.
Okay.
On the CW
yeah,
and then BET.
I had heard that when I wore my hair really short. I heard like Halle Berry and Rihanna. One time I was at Somerset Mall. I pulled up to park in valet, and these girls were walking out. I had my glasses on and my short hair, and they were like, Rihanna? It made my day.
What did you say? Yeah, man.
I was like, are you serious? You think I look like Rihanna? You know, she's like in her 20s or whatever at the time. And so I was very flattered, but I haven't heard anybody lately mistake me for anybody. How about you?
Some people have told me Sean Patrick Thomas from Say the Last Dance, or back in the Disney. Do you remember that show? It was called Younger People, The Secret World of Alex Mack.
Yeah.
But then the one black guy from there. You can pull up his picture?
I think so, yeah.
I don't remember his name.
I've never heard of that show
it's
or
like,
him.
I didn't really ever watch it, but it was when I was in like 7th grade.
Okay.
You know, back in 1997.
Well, we'll work on your twin photo. What about you guys? Anybody told you that you...
When I first started working here, the news director called me Snowden. That I looked
wow.
like Edward Snowden.
Oh my gosh. Can they see you? Can we zoom in onto him right here? I wouldn't go around telling people that because they might want to catch you and hold on to you and turn you in.
What about you,
in
Jake?
Russia.
I mean, when I was little, people told me I looked like Bug Hall from Little Rascals, the guy with Alfalfa.
I could see that. Then there was this other...
A little demonstration there.
There was another character from this TV show, something Playhouse, I can't remember. You kind of look like him a little bit.
I don't know.
Pee Wee Herman, there we go.
Oh, come on.
No?
Maybe, I don't know.
In the best way.
Yes.
I'll take it as a compliment.
There you go.
How
Okay,
we doing
so
on this
I
photo
can't
for
really
Everett?
find a great one here, but this is what I've got.
That's the best you could do. Okay, also look up the movie,
Wait,
the TV
do mine.
show.
Do one for me.
Show Wendy Raquel Welch.
Is it
Wendy.
Wendy, common spelling, R-A-Q-U-E-L.
Robinson?
Is that her?
Yes,
Yes.
Robinson.
Okay.
Let's see.
see if
I'm
we can
Googling
find
it
her.
myself just to see.
There you go. Oh my gosh.
Yeah?
You do look a lot like her.
Do
if you had a weave.
Put like, that
There you
one.
go. Yep.
She's got my side part going on.
That's it. Pull up Alan
She's
Strange. It was a Nickelodeon show from back in the day. And that's what people used to say I look like too.
Okay.
Oh well. I don't remember what he looks like exactly, but
Too funny.
yeah. All right, so while they're pulling that up.
one?
No, mind you.
Is this from you when you were a
7th
little
grade,
kid?
yes, when I was a little
absolutely
kid.
see that. If we could find a picture of you when you were younger, because we've seen them. We showed them
we
for, like,
show
your
them
birthdays.
every birthday.
That is definitely.
There you go.
I can see that. Oh, little Efron.
When I was in 7th grade, I was a band geek, and they were like, "Oh, you look like Alan Strange."
What
it was a Nickelodeon.
instrument?
The alto saxophone.
Look
and
at
no, I still
you.
can't play it.
I know.
But back in the day, I could.
You probably could pick it up, a couple
Maybe.
lessons. For sure. Okay, so this is something funny. It's a really cute video. If anybody out there loves any kind of pet videos, you'll really love this one. It's of a little pug. Look at this! Scratching the back of his big dog friend. And look at the dog. The big dog is just like, oh my gosh, this is so good.
Look at the big dog's left
He's
back
like,
paw.
I'm in heaven right now.
He is getting into it.
That is so cute. Aww. Hysterical. I love this.
Where did you guys find this stuff?
Where did you find
I
this
found it on Mashable, and I mean, it was
Not bong bong,
boing boing.
boing boing, bong bong, boing boing. So
Oh, that was cute.
yeah. So did you watch the NBA All-Star?
I did. I like watching like the dunk contest and the agility or whatever
We were
they
kind of
call
represented
it.
in
The
that.
3-point. Yeah, we actually Glenn Robinson III, who played, of course, at University of Michigan basketball. He won the dunk contest, and it was the very last dunk of the whole thing, because like some of the previous winners weren't doing well. They were missing their dunks entirely, and it was like somebody saved this, because it started getting a little boring, because you're like, okay. They were trying to do things that were so difficult, like flying over 3 and 4 people, that it just got to be like, okay.
Like, come on.
Just do a regular dunk. Just fly from half court so we can have one dunk in the basket. But Glenn Robinson Jr., very end, just killed it.
Well,
so congrats to him.
Outside from the awesome dunks, we also found out that a handful of the NBA All-Stars actually think that the Earth is flat. It started with Kyrie Irving, who said this: "This is not a conspiracy theory. The Earth is flat. The Earth is flat. This is what he apparently thinks it looks
yes.
like.
Kyrie Irving, of course, as we know, a star on the Cleveland Cavaliers team, but then he got other players to join him in support. We just showed you Draymond Green, of course, plays for Golden State, but is a MSU grad right from here in Saginaw. He said, yep, I agree, it's flat. And then Nuggets star Wilson Chandler, who is from Benton Harbor, right here on the west side of the state, he agrees with them. So there's this growing theory among NBA basketball players that say, I think you should challenge this, do your own research, the earth might be flat.
I don't really have a comment on this. I mean, I thought we moved past this like decades ago.
No clue where it came from.
Centuries ago.
Do we even know how this all started? Because a bunch of them are starting to fall in.
Kyrie was being interviewed.
He brought it up?
He just brought it up. He's like, I think the earth is flat.
Out of nowhere.
I think they should stick to basketball.
Well, maybe because basketball,
is a round ball.
It's a round ball on a flat surface, and they just can't conceptualize that the earth could possibly be like a basketball.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Yeah. Okay.
This next story is sticking with the sports theme.
Yeah, and this one's kind of sad to see what's going on. He's a former Detroit Lions player. His name
Stanley Wilson II.
Stanley Wilson II. He played for the Lions back in 05 to 07 as a cornerback for the team, but he has been having a lot of problems lately. He's been arrested now for a third time.
Yeah.
And the circumstances around it are really just very odd.
Yeah, so apparently he tried to force his way into a home and then decided to take his clothes off. Police said that the homeowners happened to be in their garage when he drove up and started making some pretty alarming statements. And when the homeowners went inside, he allegedly tried to get in from not just the front, but the back door as well. And when police got there, he walked out of the backyard shed without any clothes on.
So let's bring you up to speed on what's happening here, because this is the third arrest. He was actually arrested initially out in Oregon back in June of 2016, where once again he was attempting to break into someone's home, but then the pattern is that he takes his clothes off. So that January incident, it ended with, he went through the whole court process.
Right.
He was ordered drug treatment because
Right.
they have said that people, witnesses, and even police have said that he appears to be on drugs. So he's ordered to have drug treatment and also 10 days in jail. That was from the June incident, and the punishment was just laid down maybe in the last couple of weeks. And then in January of this year, an incident happened again where there was an attempted robbery. He was roaming around naked. Again, this is all happening out in Oregon, and now this happening again just in February this month. In the last couple of days. So it's just sad to see. He's clearly troubled. He was shot actually in the June incident, but survived his injury. So it's getting to the point, obviously, where he's invading people's homes. People are terrified. A lot of people, have license to carry guns, and when an intruder comes in, they feel that their life is threatened. So let's hope that he gets the help that he needs.
Does he suffer from mental illness? Do we know that?
I don't know about that, but like I said, the case from last June, he was ordered into some drug treatment, and also police and some of their reports were saying that he appeared to be on drugs, and witnesses were saying the same. So something's going on with him, and we just, before he's seriously hurt,
because this might not end well,
gets the treatment that he needs. So it's kind of tough to see about him, but
yeah.
Now, before we take off, let's take a quick look at our friends in Fort Myers.
All right, let's do that.
Yeah, it's the Eagle Camp.
Whoa.
Nobody's in the
We don't
nest
see
now.
a little eaglet.
Well,
is that the eagle?
That's the eaglet.
No,
Okay.
that's not. Are you
All
serious?
fully grown and
They're
ready
so
to
grown
fly.
up. I'm getting so sad.
So it's
They're gonna be taking off soon.
It's going to start flying.
Yeah.
Or at least attempting to fly. He's not going to get very far.
This
but
is
he'll
so
make
sad.
some
Look at it.
jokes.
Wow.
Yeah. Now you can tell that it's.
And it's starting to get a little bit of white on the beak.
Yeah. Yeah.
We were wondering, because it doesn't have the normal facial, the coloring and the feathers.
We've watched them grow since they were little baby eagles.
So we should mention, because there are eagles at the Detroit Zoo.
Oh, yeah.
So if you want to go and see them and some of the other exhibits there, it was record-breaking over the weekend. More people than ever in a February date showed up at the Detroit Zoo on Saturday. They had to shut down the entrance and even the roadways for a while because it was so jammed up to get into the zoo. But it's President's Day, and if your kids are off today and you're looking for something to do, the zoo doors are always open.
That would be definitely a place to go.
Yeah.
All right, so that does it for us here on Evrod and Rhonda Live, I guess we can call it.
And we'll do a hunt for Jason Carr, and hopefully he'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah,
but
we'll try and track them down.
Yeah,
absolutely.
All
So
right,
enjoy
guys.
the slightly warmer weather, the unseasonably warm weather, at least for this time of year, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, on behalf of Jake and John, I'm Rhonda. That's Evrod.
Yeah.
Have
Stay
an awesome
classy,
day,
Detroit.
everybody.
Jason Carr Live was sponsored by the Mike Morris Law Firm, 855 Mike Wins.